Hello, this is Joelle, and this video is for my friends and family and anyone else who is curious about how I became a watchwoman. So I have always been watching for God to return. Ever since I was real little. I was raised in the Catholic Church, and I got to know God and Jesus through the Catholic Church. Jesus terrified the dickens out of me. I spent pretty much every night lying in bed during my childhood, terrified that he was going to come send me straight to hell. But God was cool, so I talked to God all the time. I didn't have the greatest childhood. There was a lot of difficult things about my childhood, but God and I were really tight, and we talked all the time. When I was 9, and first, let me say, I am not a psychic, I am not a prophet or anything crazy like that. But God has always talked to me and told me about important things that were getting ready to happen in my life to warn me. Excuse me. So, when I was 9, my mom passed away unexpectedly, and prior to her passing away, God told me ahead of time that she was going to be going home. So he warned me ahead of time when that happened, and it happened. Later, my second husband passed away very young, very sudden and unexpected in a freak accident, and God also warned me before that happened as well. He even told me that it would be by way of a car accident. I even find myself listening to the traffic reports on the morning radio. I don't know what made me think I would hear that about his accident on the morning traffic reports, but I was expecting that news, and it came. So, but back to when I was a child, one of, my all-time favorite movies ever is The Ten Commandments with Charlton Heston, and I remember seeing that for the first time as a very young child, and it made a huge impression on me. I love that movie, and I still to this day is my favorite movie. They would show it on TV every year around Easter time, and I was just so in love with that movie, and I was so sure that at some point in my life I was going to see the incredible hand of God again working in this world somewhere. Somehow I was going to see those things sometime during my life. So I've actually been a watcher my whole entire life for that. It was only recently that I was informed that the hand of God I am watching for is the rapture of the church. Now, people may be asking, well, what happened to you? You know, you used to be like the hippie wearing the tie-dye shirts all the time, listening to your secular music, smoking pot, just kind of going through life. Well, I mean, what happened? Why have you become such a Jesus freak all of a sudden? Well, first of all, I've always been a Jesus freak. I have been called up from the reserves to active duty is how I like to look at it. In August of 2023, God spoke to me again, and this time the voice was the loudest and most urgent I've ever heard. Way more so than the other things that I had been warned about in the past. And the exact message was to be ready and keep watch. And I honestly thought I was going crazy at first. I'm not a drinker, but I tried to drink it away out of my head, thinking I was going crazy. I just tried to medicate it away. I tried to do everything I could, thinking that I just must really be losing my mind to be getting this message. And as it turned out, I was not. So this message kept coming and coming and coming. To be ready and keep watch. And my whole life I have been, like I said, watching for the hand of God to come and to show up in some way, in a big way, to intervene in the ways of man. And I've always been watching in the news, in particular, things regarding space. like to keep track of news related to comets and asteroids and different things coming from space, because okay, well, God will come from space because he's up there in heaven. So I guess it kind of made sense to me somehow that my focus would be on that. So after I received the wake-up call in August of 2023, I was led to news about Comet Nishimura, and from there I was led to the online Watchman community. Up until that point, I had no idea there was even a YouTube Watchman community with people who made these videos about the rapture. And so I really had to take a crash course about all this stuff. I had heard, you know, previously in my life about the rapture, but I really didn't get into it because I knew there were people who believed in the pre-trib and the mid-trib and the post-trib, and they all just fought bitterly with each other about it, and I didn't want any part of that. So I just always figured, okay, well, I'm just going to set that off to the side. God's going to do what he's going to do when he's going to do it, and I'm not going to touch it. I'm leaving it alone. But you know, I was led to these Watchman channels, and it just all clicked. Be ready and keep watch, because he's coming. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. I am a very private person and a very shy person. I do not like to be doing these videos. I don't like to be the focus of attention. I'm very extremely uncomfortable trying to do these things. So but a few weeks ago, God said, hey, you've got this YouTube video you were posting family videos on, and guess what? I need you to do some videos for me because time is running out and you got to warn people. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just being obedient to the Lord. Every day I pray for God to use me as his servant, and that's what I'm trying to do with these videos. So yeah, that's basically my story. I just wanted to share that with anyone who was wondering what happened to me. Yes, I was on fire. I was set on fire for God. Just like Jeremiah said, there's a fire in my bones, and I could not shut up about this if I tried, really. I need to tell people, I need to warn them, because I don't want anyone to suffer through the 7-year tribulation. That's meant for Israel. That's meant for God to deal with Israel because they rejected the Messiah the first time around. And the 7-year tribulation is to help them see what they missed and to bring them to the saving grace of Jesus. And I just hope and pray that anyone who does not know Jesus yet will know him very soon. Because every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus is Lord. At the end of the 7-year tribulation, willingly or unwillingly, everyone is going to bow and confess before Jesus. So I believe our time is very, very short. When I was given the wake-up call in August of 2023, I was also given a very strong sign of an 8, and I never fully understood what that meant. It's somehow very significant to this rapture. I'm kind of thinking 8 might mean October, because Oct is 8. So I don't know. I look for very big, major things to happen this month. And I am not a date setter. I'm looking for Jesus every minute of every day. But I really honestly feel like October is going to be it. And it may be the last second of the last minute of the last hour of October. But I think we might be out of here this month, to be completely honest. So, yeah, I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. We're getting out of here soon, guys. Getting out of here. Hang in there. Things might get crazy between now and then because time's running out. But I don't see an election. I see a lot of crazy getting ready to happen these next 11 days. So that's it. That's all I have to say. I love you. Walk and talk with Jesus. He's listening all the time. He wants to walk and talk with you too. I love you all. Maranatha.